Well, this is Football to the Core with me, Stephen Dawes, and I just wanted to say that I want to appreciate everyone who has tuned into the podcast and the YouTube channel over the last few days. The podcast is a bit newer than the YouTube channel, but thanks to everyone who's watched it and listened along to me. I'm going to start doing these daily roundups of what's going on in the football world. So don't forget to subscribe to the podcast or to the YouTube channel so you can keep up to date with these. I'm just going to go through quickly what's going on in the football world, and then I'm going to focus on one particular thing, which I'm going to get to a bit later on. But just to run through some of the things that have been happening, Bayern Munich are looking to go for Manchester City defender Calvin Phillips. Apparently, Thomas Tuchel is keen on re-strengthening his midfield and thinks that Calvin Phillips would be a good opportunity. I think it would be a good idea. I'm not entirely sure if he would play regularly. I think that Calvin Phillips is a good player, but he hasn't really played very much at all, and I think that he would need to prove that he could actually still do the business. I think for Thomas Tuchel to put him in full time, but I think it's good. I mean, if that's how it's going to go, then brilliant. I think that would be fantastic for him. Newcastle are looking at Emil Smith Rowe as a potential target. I think that's a good plan. I think he's a good player, and I think it's great that Newcastle are looking at so many players from within the Premier League and so many players that have come through various local ranks and stuff like that. I think that's brilliant. We've got Manchester City are leading the way for Danny Olomo, but apparently a few other players, a few other teams, including Real Madrid, Arsenal, and Chelsea, are also looking at him. Well, it's not a bad idea. I don't think he's a bad player. I think it would be a good move for Manchester City. Obviously, they know they can buy a good player. They do buy good players. So I think he would be a good addition to their squad. Now, West Ham is an interesting story because they're looking at a January transfer target to the Saudi Pro League of Kurt Zouma. The Saudi Pro League want apparently Kurt Zouma, and if he does go, then West Ham will want to replace him, and they've got their eye on either Bayer Leverkusen's Edmund Tusoba or Harry Maguire from Manchester United. I don't think Harry Maguire will go. I think he wants to stay at Man United. I know he said that in an interview that the deal was supposed to be done and then it didn't work out in the end. I don't think he wants to leave Manchester United. I think he's quite happy there. I don't think he likes the idea of not playing very often, but I think he likes the fact that he's at Manchester United and it's a big club and he's getting a good money for it. And I think that I don't think he'll want to go to West Ham, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. The Saudi Pro League director of football, Mikel Emenalo, has said that he thinks that Liverpool and Egypt forward Mohamed Salah is his personal favourite. So it looks like they could be encouraging the Saudi league teams out there to buy him. And I know that there was a bid put in late on in the summer transfer window for him. So it could be that they pull out all the stops and try and secure him in the next summer. Who knows? I mean, will he go? I don't think. I don't think. I think he's happy at Liverpool. I think he's quite happy there. I don't think he would be tempted away to go to Saudi Arabia. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think he's perfectly happy at Liverpool. But hey, Liverpool fans, let me know what you think. Do you get the same vibes as me? I think he's happy there. I don't think there's any reason why he would want to go to Saudi Arabia, but that's how it goes. That's a little bit of a forward of what's going on in the news of football today. What I wanted to focus on was the bizarre VAR announcement from the Scotland goal. McTominay scored a fantastic free kick and scored a really good goal for Scotland, and it ends up getting ruled out because it was a foul. It was a foul in the box, and I just think it was absolute nonsense. I don't think that was a foul in any way, shape, or form. I kept re-watching it. I know that they were saying it was a foul on a certain player. I think it was the goalkeeper they were saying it was a foul on. I kept looking. I couldn't see a foul on any of the opposition players. I thought it was actually one of the cleaner corners or free kicks that have gone in. So I can't see any reason why that wasn't given. And I think that VAR has just lost all credibility now. I think there was a time when people were keen to get the technology in place because they thought it would be a step forward. They thought it would be a good place for football to go, to have more technology, to get more correct decisions. But I think now the decisions are actually getting worse than they would be if it was just left down to the referee. I mean, the referee had to overturn it. He said it was a goal, and then VAR told him to look at it again, and it was overturned. They changed his mind. I don't think there was a foul there at all. And referees, what are they there for if their decisions are constantly going to be overturned, but if they're going to be constantly double checked by VAR, and once VAR, there's this kind of feeling now that if VAR sends the referee to the screen 99 times out of 100, it means he's going to change his mind. And referees must feel that way as well. They must think, oh well, VAR have sent me to come and have a look at this. That means that I must have made a mistake, and it might put that seed into their mind. They might think, well, yeah, maybe I have made a mistake. Let me have a look at it again. Do you know what I mean? There aren't that many referees that have kept the original decision after being sent to the screen to see the incident. So I think that I think it's just lost all credibility now. I don't think that football is in any way, shape or form benefiting from VAR. I agree with certain things like the goal technology, the goal line technology. I agree with that. I think that's a really good idea. But I don't think that they should pursue VAR, because I think that it's got to change. It's either got to go altogether, or it's got to be dramatically simplified, whereby it's more black and white. The whole offside thing is ridiculous. If you're offside by as much as a fingernail, then you're offside. I don't think you can have it that tight. There's got to be more leeway, because how would a player know if they're offside if it's just by a fingernail? They're not going to know. They're going to think they're onside. It's if you're looking at someone along the line and you see a defender there, you're just going to be thinking, yeah, I'm on side with him. You're not going to necessarily know if your hand's sticking a fraction over. So I think they need to be clearer on the way that this works, and hopefully, doing that, they can either make VAR better, or scrap it all together and just go with the referees again, because I think that would be a lot simpler, and we'll probably get a lot more decisions right anyway. But that's my little rant over, and that's it for today's episode. I hope that you've enjoyed it. If you have, tune in tomorrow where I'll be doing another one, and let me know what you think about the topics that I've covered today. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then you can leave a comment down below. If you're listening to this as a podcast, then there are places where you can leave comments on there. Good Pods is an app which you can leave comments and things like that on there. So thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you tomorrow.